I'm gonna grab my planner and my blanket, and I suggest y'all do the same.
What is up, y'all? My name is Lauren here with Plan with Laura, and in today's video, we're collaborating with our girl, the paper and pen girl, and I just want to take a moment. Just a really quick moment, because we gotta give her her flowers. This is the 5th year of this collaboration. Now every year it takes a different theme. This year's theme is planner tips and accomplishments, which we'll get into a second. But before we get there, I just want to let you know, and to also remind you, that this whole entire month there are going to be 25 different videos on this topic, and our girl arranged it all and is doing everything. And I just want to say congratulations on 5 years of this collaboration. And I know that this every year it gets bigger and better, and it's so much more fun, and it is an amazing thing, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it once again, and I just cannot wait to see where it goes. So just a quick round of applause there. Today's topic is on planner tips and accomplishments. When I first heard this prompt, I audibly gasped. I haven't really used a planner this year. I've had this over the past 2 years. I've had some major life milestones. I recently got married. I was able to quit my corporate job and become a content creator and small business owner full time. There have been some really amazing things about the past year. But if I had to reflect and I had to think about what the one thing that's been lacking in that, it's been my planner. And I think that is so wild to me, because as someone who is very type A, as someone who loves routine and structure and organization, the one thing that I didn't use this year, the one thing, even in this year that's had so many great milestones, it has also had a lot of chaos. Please do not, it 100% has had its chaos. But in this year in which, all these big things are happening, the one thing that I usually use to ground myself hasn't really been a part of that. And while my planner hasn't been the most consistent of this year, normally it is pretty consistent, and I think that we have a lot of really great things in store. And I think I have a lot of routines and more of a level of dedication in the next year to make that. But I wanted to talk not necessarily about one accomplishment that I had and how my planner allowed me to do that, but more along the lines of how my planner and how planning helps me realize just kind of these smaller little things, which overall I think is a much larger, helps me feel more accomplished in life. But instead of being okay, I quit my job and here's how I was able to do it with my planner, when I look at my planner, I feel a sense of accomplishment in my life, and here's why. In classic, very planner format, I wrote it down, because we know, while I know my name is not the paper and pen girl, I am also a paper and pen girl, and I've written it out. And if you are new here, you're just joining, I don't know, your prerogative of what you're doing in your life. But I have been since August, been using the Archer and Olive 8x8 notebook, and so that's kind of been the most consistent that I've been this year. Before that, I really wasn't using a planner, but kind of in this last little bit of the year that I have. And so as I was looking at this planner and as I was reflecting back on this year, there were kind of 4 main things that really popped out and really stood out to me that I want to remind you of, no matter where you are on your planning journey, whether you are new to this community, whether you're a seasoned vet, whether you stayed in the one planner the whole entire year, and if you did, let me know how you did it, or if you've used multiple planners, or maybe you're feeling a little bit like me where you haven't really used your planner this year, or it's one of the things that you want to significantly be more consistent with. I'm going to tell you 4 kind of major things that I have seen in my planner that helps me feel a sense of accomplishment in my life. And I'm also really using these 4 main elements to help ground me, and for next year to make sure that I stay more consistent in my planner. The first thing is actually a change in mindset. Now, again, my planner is a little bit different because we use this baby for everything. I mean, it is planner, it is also memory keeping, it is also the grocery list, it is also literal scrapbook pages. So I mean, again, my planner's kind of like a catch-all of my life. I am not an optimistic person. I am the type of person who, when you tell me something's gonna happen, I always prepare myself for the worst case scenario. Like, that's the bar. And so like, as long as it's not the worst case scenario, then like, I'm happy, I'm great. And if it is the worst case scenario, I'm like, this is what I prepared for. And I'm also the person who makes like, not only plan A, but like plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. And one thing that I have found as I have taken time throughout these past couple of months, but like, you know, really these years, but truly in these past couple of months, to sit down and journal, or to sit down and spend time reflecting in my planner or in my journal. And y'all, I do not journal every single day. I'm pretty consistent in my journaling, but like sometimes my journal is at the bottom of my to-do list where I'm just like, okay, here's 2 sentences about my day. Listen, I'm all about realistic planning. I'm all about like planning given where your life is, and that is what life is for me right now. But I've seen a massive shift in my mindset. I'm not automatically gonna sit here and say that I think I'm, you know, this new optimistic person, but I think by writing down my fears, by writing down, you know, what I am afraid of, or writing down even maybe what I hope accomplishes, because I think sometimes saying things out loud is super scary. So I get to like say it out loud, but not really because I'm writing it. Whether there's a little bit of cognitive dissonance there, the ability to be able to do that, the ability to put down or write down like, okay, hey, I think the worst case scenario is gonna happen here, and then actually be able to see, actually no, the best case scenario here, and I documented that and I talked about that, has truly helped shift my mindset, make me feel more grounded, and also make me feel more rooted. I don't think that my planner is like replacing therapy, or like my planner is like this massive cure-all, but even having this routine of journaling or looking in my planner at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, and taking that time to be intentional in what I'm writing down and what I'm documenting and what I'm reflecting on, has made a really positive mindset shift for me and a change in that. So the second one is having a place to like, yes, pre-plan forward, but then to also be present and like recognize where I am. So again, not only am I like someone who's like not super optimistic, I'm always thinking about the future. I think because so much of what I do in terms of like my job now and like creation and is, you like kind of always have to be thinking like, okay, what's next and what are we doing next, and how, what deals are we doing, and how are we, like all of these things are like next. The planner is a perfect way of that, right? Because like we literally have 12, and some we have 18, and some we have 24 months like in advance to be able to write down our ideas, our goals, our intentions, the plans as they come. Because of that, I am someone who does not take time to sit down and think about like where I am in life. And one quote that I try to live by, and I literally have this quote hung up in our house, is be where your feet are. And it's such an important reminder for me, because if 2020 Laur saw herself right now, she would be so proud. And I think that's something that I'm wanting to be more cognizant of, because it's so easy to get down on yourself. It's so easy to say like, I didn't hit this goal, or I didn't hit this milestone. And even for me, like it's so easy to be like, you know, my content isn't performing the way that I want it to do, or all of these. But if I go and think back about like 2020 Laur, who was super burnt out and dealing with a lot of mental health issues and living in Boston at the time and hating it, but being like, hey, you're gonna live in New York with your husband and your dog, you're gonna have quit your corporate job, and you're gonna be a full-time creator, I think I would have said, you're lying, like stop lying to me. Like, who's setting you up? Where are the cameras coming out for like pranked? And again, taking that time to write things down, even when I'm not journaling, like even just being able to go back. This was my Halloween spread, and it's a typical spread, writing things that are happening, but even being able to go like, John Michael and I had a really fun date night that week. A date night that we do very often. We go to our local movie theater, we have so much fun there, but like, this is the movie that we saw, and here's how much fun that we have. I'm getting a place to not only just like plan my life for the future, but also to be so thankful and to remember all the amazing things that are going on in the now. Being able to go ahead and look back and have a place that has all of those memories stored as well. So the third one is a place to be messy. That is what my planner is for me. I am a very messy planner. I do not have perfect handwriting. I misspell words. I do not line up stickers. I rip pages. Like, my planner also allows me to be messy. So like, yes, it helps me with my mindset. Yes, it helps me plan forward. Yes, it helps me be present in the moment that I'm in, but it is also a place for me to be messy in life. In things that I'm like putting out into the world. So like, I think back to my childhood and like in my homework and stuff, I would always need to be perfect and it would have to be perfect. And that's how I feel like in my content and like in how I show up and in my job. But like when I was a child, like my room was never clean. Like, so I wasn't like always a perfectionist, but like I feel like things that other people were seeing, I was able to be a perfectionist, and that is still what's happening in my life. Okay, cool, I just therapized myself there. My planner gives me a place to be messy, and it gives me a place to not be worried about judgment. It is a place that I just get to be myself. Nobody else is seeing it. Nobody else is using the planner but me. That is very important, that I have this place, that I have this space that is just for me, that I get to be messy, that I don't have to worry about if it's all spelled right and if the lines like line up and like all of these different things. It just allows me to be messy, which to me is very important, and to me is something that I want and that I need. Number 4 is I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of random thoughts that come to me in the shower, while I'm driving, while I'm walking the dog. All of these ideas come to me, and my planner is a place to legitimately hold them. Now, I can't say that they'll always make sense, because I have lines in here, like this one says blue turkey. Can't really tell you what that means. But I think in the past, I have felt that I needed to, whenever I had an idea, that I had to like completely flesh it out, that I had to completely work on the thought, and sometimes it would become over consuming. I will also say that as a person who has had ADHD their whole entire life, I literally have so many thoughts in a day that just having a space to jot them all down is like so crucial, because sometimes if I don't jot it down, I won't actually remember that it's something I need to do or something that needs to get done, and so then it just won't get done. I have notes in here that are like, these are things that maybe I want to accomplish in like the next 2 or 3 months. They're not immediate things that need to get done now, but I can start thinking critically about them, because a lot of these things are like tasks that will take a long time. So like, for example, like I need to get a new license. I can't just like pop up at least in the state of New York, I can't just pop up in the DMV tomorrow and like be like, okay, cool, I'm ready for my license. Like, there are steps that need to be taken to get there, and I'm able to use my planner to remember what all of those little things are and take the time to go ahead and schedule them. What we walk away with is that we spend a lot of time and energy every single year picking out a planner and buying a planner. And even if we have the best intentions to use it all year, we may or may not. And I don't think that that is a reflection on your accomplishments as a person, or even your accomplishments when it comes to actually using your planner. I hope that this has been a reminder that accomplishments are not just, or don't have to be just like, here's this one thing I did and my planner helped me. That sometimes the accomplishment is just using the planner in the way that it's intended. Sometimes the accomplishment is opening up the planner. Sometimes the accomplishment is just being messy in the planner or having a creative space in the planner. That's what I have here. That's what I'm sharing with y'all. That's my real talk for y'all as someone who like was kind of iffy in their planner. We're gonna be better next year. But I just wanna remind you that these are the things in the way that my planner helps me feel accomplished in my life, through changing my mindset, through being able to look forward but also backwards, through having a place to remember, having a place to help me jot down just all the little random things and have kind of a succinct place that I know I can always go and pick up my planner and be like, oh yeah, that's probably gonna be in there. And all of that is important to me. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a giveaway, because why not? It's 25 days of Christmas. I'm gonna do a Starbucks gift card giveaway to make sure that you're getting all of the holiday drinks here in the holiday months. What I want you to do is go ahead, and I mentioned 4 things that my planner helps me with, and I wanna let you know if your planner helps you with any of those as well. So let me know, comment down below. I will reach out to the winner individually. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys. It's a bonus little video this week, and we will be back on Wednesday with our next video, but I will talk to y'all soon.